Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you, wherever you're watching from. Once again, welcome to Emerson Construction's channel. And today, we'll be taking you through reinforced concrete structural design tutorial using the Protastructure software. But before further ado, we have a tiny request. If you find our content useful, please support us by subscribing to our channel. You can also give our content your likes and leave a comment down below to let us know what you think. Thank you very much. Okay, what we'll be doing is we'll be trying to work on to use our orthogonal axis generator, and this is because our focus for this tutorial is to teach you on how to install columns, how to install beams, how to install slabs, and how to install slab strips, and especially slab strips on your cantilever. So let's use our orthogonal axis generator. So I want my axis to be somewhere around here, so I'll click it. So I want this to be 2, I want this to be 3. So now we have this simple simple drawing here, which we can develop into a duplex structure, a duplex building, because we are not working on any architectural drawing. This is just for the purpose of this tutorial. So now to insert our columns, what you need to do to insert your columns is just to go here. So you press on this icon pops up. This is the labeling of a column, the name of your column that you are going to be installing. So this is the width of the column, the length and breadth of the column, the size of the column. So we want it to be 225 by 225. And once we do that, then we can go ahead to install our columns. So, and if you always, try to see what you're doing, so you can insert like this. You can insert by just going to the center of your drawing to insert. So now we can keep installing this. We can also install everything by just highlighting like this and install. And you see all our columns are installed. We can close this now. To insert our beams, what you also need to do, we go back to our modeling. Then we go to beams, we click on beams, then this icon pops up again. And what we'll do is that we'll adjust the settings of our beams. You realize that the names of our columns are already here, so we have 12 columns. And this also the label of our beam. So we want normal beams. You could have support band wall coupling beams. I'm not getting into that now, but make sure that it's on normal beams if normal beams are what you want to create. And make sure that none of this is changed. We don't need curved beams. We're not using curved beams. So we are using straight beams. And we can always have our size to be 225. Then we want our depth for the beam be to be 450, right? So we want it to be 1225 by 450. So, and when you go here, you just click on your insertion point to join. So you can press your control down to make sure that what you are working on is straight. And you can go like this, just insert everything once. You go like this, press your control down, insert everything once. You go like this, press everything down, insert once. Then maybe our opening can be somewhere around here. And you go like this, then join. Then you press on your right mouse button to escape that. Now you can also, we need to also join this place. You join this, you press your control down and you join these beams. Then you also escape, you press your control down, join these beams, escape, press your control down, then join these beams. Now we have all our beams properly installed, so you can close this. When you go to check what you have installed, you see that we have 225 by 450 beams, 225 by 450 beams. Now we can also move these axes, like we can stretch our axes. We can decide to stretch our axes back and forth and all that. Like let's say this axis is not really looking good for me, and I want to move it up. I want to move it down. Maybe I need to add something else, maybe an extra section into my general arrangements, like maybe in order to insert a column, a beam, and all that. I can easily stretch this axis. And to stretch it, I'll just click on my right mouse button. I go to stretch axis. Then I click my the points that I want it to go, and I can use my F2 button to navigate where I want it to be. So if I want to stretch it like say 1000, I can go 1000 here, then I can press enter. Then you see I've stretched the axis. And if I want to go down, if I want to go back again, I repeat the process. So I'm going to just control Z this. I just wanted you to know that. It's side note. So now we have our columns, we have our beams, so we have 17 beams on our drawing. And we also have all our axes here. So now we can visualize this in our 3D by going here and go to 3D to see what it looks like in our 3D, as you can see now. This is our 3D. So in our 3D, have this is going to be your ground floor, and this is our first floor. And you have seen everything that we've drawn so far. So in order to go back to our 2D mode, you go back here, you change to plan view, and get back to plan view. And we can also view both the plan view and the 3D view by adding the 3D view to this panel. In order to do that, you right click, then you go to 3D physical model. So you are adding your 3D to your, so that you can always alternate between this and this to know what you are doing. I prefer to work that way when I'm designing. So now you can go back to your plan view. You need to insert slabs on our drawing. And in order to insert slabs, you also go back to this panel and you will insert your slabs. So this panel, this icon pops up and you have the slab depth. We want our slab depth to be 150, 150. And then we have I want our slab to be inserted, around the beam region. These are also other options that can be considered when you are designing maybe more complex stuff and all that. But they are not within the purview of this lesson. So this is the relative level of your slab. In case the level of your slab is not, aligned to the general level of this building, and this is your cover, the cover of your concrete cover, the distance between your concrete and your reinforcement, your iron, your steel bar. And this is it. So 25 is good because 25 is the default for BS code, BS 8110, and that's what we are using. We are using BS code 8110. So now you can insert our slabs. You have your loading here for the slabs. So you can adjust this. Then you also have your slab types here. It's always good to know your slab types, to know how to define your slab types when all sides are continuous, when all sides are constrained, when one side is constrained and the other side is continuous and all that. But it's easier to just go to choose the options of insert slab automatically. After you have created your slabs, you can just set slabs types automatically. Yeah. You can also use your slab types automatically to get your slabs inserted. But I don't want to do this because I want to actually, go first to adjust my I want to adjust my but because I've not adjusted my loading settings, that's why I had to delete it. I want to adjust my load settings. So now enter value. Now I will enter room. I'm designing for room. And my input load, I'll use just the general domestic use. Use your right mouse button to bring out that icon. So I don't really have roof load yet. So I go back to my general. Then as I've already explained this, you could also change this to 20. It depends on what you anticipate your concrete cover to be. So now I can just simply go to insert slab types automatically, insert slab automatically, or I insert it manually by just clicking here, clicking here, clicking here, clicking here, clicking here, clicking here. So now the difference between them is like this, and what we did initially is that, let's close this now, is that when we insert slab automatically, what it does is that it already gives us the slab type that we're working on. And this one now is one S1, one S2, one S3. But by the time we go to now, we click on all our slabs, now set slab types automatically. So now apply to slab history. Let's go here now. You realize that it's giving us that our 1S1 is actually type 4, 1S2 is actually type 3, 1S3 is actually type 4, S4 is actually type 4. So we click OK. So now you realize that when you go to just click on this, you see that it's bringing out the properties of your slab, and it's type 4. And when you go to look at, okay, let's say insert slab, to know we have this 1S2 now. What's 1S2? Let's look at the properties of 1S2. Let me close this first to bring out the properties. So we have its type 3. So now let's go to slab type 3 to see what exactly it's giving us. Slab type 3, you see, 3 ends are continuous while one end is continuous. That's what slab type 3 is giving us. Now when you look at it now, you see that this is continuous, this is continuous, this is continuous, while this is continuous. So going to our slab type now to know what this slab now, let's take this for example now. We have type 4 here. So let's look at what type 4 is telling us. When you go to type 4, you see that it has 2 ends continuous. 2 ends is continuous. So now you have 2 ends continuous. This end is continuous. This end is continuous. This end is continuous. So that's what this means. But I think that should do for explanation on how your slab types work. Yeah. So you can always just check well, how to. This will help you to be able to know how to insert your slab types, even if you don't have the insert slab types automatically option. Now we can go to inserting our cantilever, our cantilever slabs.